Hey guys, welcome to Whispers in Ink, and it's Wednesday night class time. But this is the only recording of this class, you guys. So share it for those that may have taken class because last week I was too sick. So I'm really sorry. But in true Wednesday night fashion, I'm still going to ask you what is for supper because we always ask that. Um, I know that tomorrow is going to be Thanksgiving, so I hope that you are enjoying your family this weekend. And I hope that you have a very blessed Thanksgiving. But thank you for taking the time today, you guys, for to join me. I'm gonna quick go over the ding dong ditch. I'm going to share with you what you would get. I still have 3 kits left, you guys. 3. So if you want one, then you need to email me right there at whispersinink at Yahoo. And it's first come first serve for those last 3, you guys, because it's all about autumn. Designer series paper is gone. You guys, it sold out 5 times. 5 times. Now, in the ding dong ditch, this is what you would get. You will get if you choose to take one of the last 3 that I have. So you get, and now this one's cut because I used it, but you get 10 pieces of designer series paper. I don't put the vanilla ones in mine, you guys, because, or the white or the vanilla in mine because I use my cut pieces already. So, but you get 10 pieces, so there'll be 2 pieces of vanilla with this. And this piece of Pretty Peacock is cut because in your bits and pieces that you get, I cut it and ran it through the embossing folder for you. I also cut that designer series paper. Isn't that pretty? So those pieces are going to be used by us. And then these are all the die cuts that you get. Sometimes there's extra. Typically, there's at least a minimal of what you need. And then you get half of a pack of the speckled dots. And you guys, don't forget, it goes up above the fold. But you get half a pack of that. And then you get 12 pieces, the last 12 pieces on the planet, of this amazing copper foil on one side, amazing photos on the other, right? I mean, these are just gorgeous. Oh, love them. Love it. Okay, so this goes back in here. This goes back in here because this was one of the available kits, you guys. So all of that's going to go in there, and half a pack goes in there. And it actually comes to you very similar to this, okay? This is how you get it. I usually do, when I send them in the mail, I usually do a full plastic wrapper so that you don't have to worry about if the envelope gets a little bit damp. I do try to make sure that everything gets to you in fabulous shape. Now, I do have people signed up already for this month's Ding Dong Ditch, and I will be sharing those cards on Friday on Facebook. And if you want to peek at them, I've shared them a couple of times in my videos. But you guys, we're using the Berry Christmas Memories and More pack. And you get a half of a pack of the No Cards and Envelopes, which is 10. You get a half of a pack of the Memories and More cards, which has 2 full sheets of stickers and 3 of each of the patterns, if I'm not mistaken. It's 3 of each to split it in half because you get half a pack. And then you still get 10 5.5 by 8.5 pieces of cardstock in there, and there's some bits and pieces of things in there too because I put snowflakes on a couple things, and So everything that you need to make it as I design it is in that packet, you guys. Basically the same that you just saw. So with that, all of that, if you want a half of a pack of that, it's $17 plus. And the shipping on this one's a little bit more pricey because you're getting a lot more stuff. So the shipping on this one is $7, where the shipping on the All About Autumn is $4. So, but let's get to looking at these cards. Oh my gosh, you guys. You knew when you saw Gorgeous Grape in here, you knew I would have to bring in one purple card, right? Had to happen. So, and all of these have cute insides. That is Gorgeous Grape, and I'll show you how I did it. And then here is this one. And you guys, you know, when we do the online version, we kind of tweak them a little bit. Oh, I forgot to grab that stamp set. I need to grab that stamp set. And then this is the one that has the embossed piece on it. So you see why I did that up for you ahead of time. And then this is our fun fold. There's always one fun fold, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just a simple gate, but look at how pretty that is. Oh, love it. Love it. I gotta go grab that Birthday Wishes stamp set. That Birthday Wishes is the cherry set. Sweetest Cherries. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Sweetest Cherries is this other stamp set besides the All About Autumn stamp set, which apparently I forgot to grab too. So I'm really super duper excited, you guys, because these autumn leaves are staying in. They're moving forward. They're going to either be an online exclusive or they're going to be in the new annual catalog. They haven't told us which yet, but the stamp set, the die cuts, and the embossing folder, all three of these are staying in. So here's the thing though, the bundle price will be going away. What does that mean to you? You guys save the 10%, right? Why wouldn't you want to if you're thinking that you want this, seeing as you know that you're going to be able to play with it with me for a long, long time? Because, you know, a year is a long, long time. But get the bundle pricing, save yourself some change, right? Because I get it. Everybody's got a budget. So that's why I make sure to share these things with you. So these are the two stamp sets that we're going to be using, you guys, today. And then our ink is Copper Clay, Gorgeous Grape, Pretty Peacock, and the Pecan Pie. Those are the four colors that we're going to be using. I tried to, because I only had so many pieces left, you guys, because I'm making sure, I wanted to make sure that if you guys want to get your hands on this designer series paper through this class, I wanted to make sure that I could kit up as many as possible. So I didn't pull any extra paper. So I went with the pieces that I had left. You guys, I have used a whole entire pack of this paper. The whole thing. For whether it's this Ding Dong Ditch, that gorgeous 12 by 12 sampler that we made, all the different things, okay? All of that stuff, I've used one whole entire pack all by myself. So I get why this is sold out, because this paper is just beautiful. So if you have any questions, you guys, about any of this stuff, then just shoot me that email. Okay, so we're going to start at the top of the list here. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to put my pieces to the side because I don't need it for this card. But here's the first card that we're going to do. So I need to find my pumpkin pie and my gorgeous grape pieces. And then I did already do some cutting for this one too. Because remember, I was trying to make sure that I had enough of all the papers. So this is going to be our card base. So we're going to just score this like we always do at 4 1/4. And then we need this gorgeous grape piece. And that one, we're going to cut this. And we're going to have this all ready. And I do think, you guys, that I want to shift this to go this way on our card this time. So we're going to change the card orientation. We're going to go from this to this. And I think I cut an extra piece just in case of that background foil, because with moving it this way, we can do two little pieces of this like this, put this on the top like we did there, and then we could put our little sentiment down here. So that's what I was thinking. So changing it from this way to this way. I think that looks really cool. I actually really like that. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments what you think while I get myself a tissue. Okay, so I think you guys like that. I know that you guys like it when we switch stuff around a little bit, and I do too. So our inside piece is going to be vanilla. So we're going to do our stamping first. And I'm going to take this off. Put this back in here. We'll shove that underneath there, because we're going to use a lot of these pieces, you guys. So I'm going to take this. This is the veining for what I'm calling the elm leaves. These right here, or maybe birch leaves. They could be birch leaves. So for the veining, and that's what I used on the inside of this card. It kind of looks kind of spooky, doesn't it? I thought it was cool. So we're going to take that. We're going to bring in our piercing mat and our gorgeous grape. And we're going to kind of just randomly put stuff on here. So who's cooking dinner in your house? Tomorrow. One more stamp. Joe and I usually collaborate when we cook for dinner. It's just going to be Joe and I. For all you do is our sentiment. My sister's visiting, but all the kids are sick at my dad's house. And I'm hoping to go and see them today, hopefully. We're going to glue this on. And then kind of just relax tomorrow. Joe's still not feeling great. So, although he's feeling better. And then we need to trim these. Apparently I forgot to trim these. I like that double up. I think that's going to look cool. So I did not include this in your measurements, you guys. So it's what's in your measurement is this 1-inch one. I'm adding in this 1.5 inch piece. So just so you know. And then we're going to glue this on. There. And here. So you're going to want to make sure that your lines are lined up here. And that looks good. And then we'll take our dimensionals and put those on there. And a pair of scissors. We'll definitely... So there's no embellishment on this one, but you guys know, these are your embellishments. You can put how many ever you want on here. It's your card. There we go. Oh, you guys. So there's that. I like how that one turned out. So here is the original, and here is the second one. I think I like this one better. I like that added. I think for doing it this way, it needed another piece. But I think for doing it this way, I like the single piece because you wouldn't have enough room for your sentiment, right? If we did it the other way. All right, so, oh, we got to put our inside in. Can't forget that. All right, one card down and lots to go. Oh, that one was a small one, but that's all right. It still works. There we go. All right, so card number 2. Oh, we got to close this ink. Card number 2 is this one. So we've got the copper clay and the mossy meadow. So we got to grab those pieces. We need those 2 pieces. And you guys, I'm thinking this is one that I like. I like it just the way that it is. I mean, we can play with it like we always do and see what we think about flipping it around or whatever. But this might be one that I think I like the way that it is. Okay, so we got that, and then we're going to cut our pieces. I know that what this one is. And then I want to say I know what that one is. Yeah, I did. So we need that piece. So for this one, you guys, all I did, I just took, to create this card, I took the colors from this piece. You've got the copper foil, which would be the copper clay. You've got the pretty peacock here, and you've got the mossy meadow there. So that's how I came up with the color. I let the designer series paper do the work in regards to picking out which colors to go with this. I love how adding this bit of green trim just makes that that little flower that's there, it just makes it pop. Love it. Now I did switch the diamond pattern for this little rosette kind of pattern because, again, I was using what I had. So that's going to go there. And then we've got our card base. And let's see what this looks like if we were to reorientate this one. We could do it that way. That looks kind of interesting. So let's pull our pieces that we need. We need one of these, and we need this copper clay vein, and all these pretty peacock leaves down here. Pretty peacock, pretty peacock, and one more. Pretty peacock. There we go. Okay. So we'll stamp our sentiment because we know that we're going to do the birthday wishes still. And I still left that inside blank. So here's our birthday wishes. And we have our copper clay right here. And you guys, this This one is one. There we go. That just fits. Because, you guys, what is the most sent card that you mail out? For me, it's birthday cards. Birthday cards and thank you cards. So, there's our happy birthday, basically. And then on our inside, all I did, you guys are going to love this. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to love this. Same ink, you guys. Same ink. And I'm using the oak leaf and the oak vein piece, those two. And I'm using copper clay on both. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to take the big leaf, right? I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm going to stamp it on. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing a couple of times. One of them I want to be full. A full piece. And then we're going to do this little partial piece down here. Just like that. So that's what we start with, right? And then we're going to take the veining part in full strength. And I only did it on the one here, but I think this time, obviously, we're going to do on all three. Just like that. So this will be our inside of our card. Oh, and we're going to end up having to do it this way, which is fine. Because if we're going to turn it, I got to make sure that we can turn it, right? Okay. So we got our stamping for that done. Now, this vein piece, you guys, the key to this, there's a couple of things. Number one, you guys, don't squeeze really hard. So when I'm using my glue, I barely squeeze until it starts to dribble out. See how that dribbles? And that's all that you really need. Except for maybe a little bit on the end piece. So here's what I did as far as glue. It doesn't take a lot. And then we're going to flip this over. If you're worried about getting glue, don't go too far down the stem either of that vein, because then it'll be sticky too and you don't want that. All right, so we now have, okay, all our parts together. So let's see, if we do this switch like this, let's look and see what we have to change this up a little bit. We'll put that there like that. And then put our happy birthday there. And I think we're just going to tuck it just like this and maybe put one like right on the top. Like that. What do you think about that? I kind of like that, but I think it needs to be shifted a little bit off center so that it goes like that. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then we'll put our inside in this way. I like that. I like that. Okay, so now we're going to glue this on. Down there. And then we're going to take this piece with our dimensionals. And you guys, they get buried under stuff. The piercing mat, of all things. That can go there. Off-center that just a little bit. There. This is going to get glue because we're doing it a little bit different than our original, right? Because our original has dimensionals. But I want that there. And we're going to put the sentiment up on dimensionals this time, which I think we did on that too. You need a lady to get dimensionals. I know a lady. And she's very nice and very helpful. Do a little glue there. I'll stick that there. And then this one, we need a mini dimensional. Oh, come on. I just had some. They got tucked. Oh, you guys, I need to organize. Do a dimensional on there. A black one probably would have been a good idea too. So that looks like that. Kind of looks, I like it when the leaves look like they're actually falling. That's one of my things. Okay, so then we're going to open this up. We're going to put this on our inside. Oh, and that looks pretty. There we go. Now, I did use on this one, I did use the green embellishments. And this is all the pack that I have left too of this one, although this one's still available. So we're going to do 3 of the green ones so that it looks like that. So then there's the first one, or the second one, all done. So here's the original. And then here's our online version. So cute. Love it. Okay, so that's card number 2. Moving on to card number 3. And I really like this one. That's the embossing folder one, you guys. That's this one. So let's get out all our little pieces here. Because we need the maple leaves. Don't need this. This maple leaf. And again, you guys, same for this one. I changed up the maple leaves for the different pattern because I didn't have that pattern. So we've got all that, and then we have this. And so tell me, what do you think of Pretty Peacock with the old olive? I have to be honest, I was kind of pleasantly surprised at how pretty it looked together. Trying to figure out different ways, right, to do things and do different color combinations. I love working off of the colors in Designer Series paper because it gives us a really, ooh, I like that. So let's do the same thing for our veining. And remember, we don't want it on the lower part of our stem, okay? So that's why I always hold it like this, because then I don't have to worry about getting excited with the glue and putting it where it shouldn't go. There we go. So then this is going to go on here. Like that. And then there's that. So I'm thinking for this one, because I like the orientation change, we can basically put this down just a little, put that one there and put this one up here and basically work off of the same concept as that. So I did put in this little piece, and then I had this little piece. When you're trimming up for your insides, you have extra little pieces. That's where that today and everyday comes from. It's just a little bit less than, I think it's one stroke smaller than 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so it's one little tick mark smaller than 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to stamp this, but I don't remember what I did on the inside. Today and every day is on the front. And then, and then we did the big maple leaves with the I'm thankful on the inside. Okay, so we'll need that too, and this, and then I need my big maple leaf. Now, because of how large this leaf is, you guys, I did not put a full leaf on here. So we're just going to use this. Now, I would love to see what it looks like. And I know you guys are always up for some fun. I think I want to try the veining in the copper clay. I think that would look really cool on this one. And because we're not doing a full leaf, we don't need to get a full thing. I'm going to end up using all of the blocks in the place again today, you guys. Okay, so we have all of our parts. I'm going to need Pretty Peacock for my stamping. And my piercing mat. So the other thing about these skinny sentiments, you guys, when you're putting these together, you are going to want to, or when you're stamping them, you barely need to press to get a good stamp. Barely. And then we're going to do our inside. And I am going to stamp off on this one too. Why is this being weird? There we go. Hope that our sentiment's going to fit in there. So, okay, so there's that part. Now, you guys, I don't sweat that stuff. It's not worth it to me, okay? But if it bothers you, then flip it over, okay, and start over. For me, I'm just like, good enough. Because nobody's going to notice it but you. Trust me. That person that you're sending the card to is just going to be so excited that you thought of them, that they are not going to be upset with how that looks. And ooh, I love that with the copper clay. Ooh, I love that. Look at that. The copper clay veining, isn't that pretty? Love it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited that we get to play with this one for longer. I am so excited. So when I'm trying to line up the veining, you guys, when I'm trying to line up that veining, that's another thing. I'm just making sure that it's below the outline um of the actual outside of that leaf. That's another thing. I'm not sweating it. Not sweating it because it's not worth it. Trust me, they're going to love the card. They're going to love, whoops, almost the wrong color. They're going to love it. So I picked the copper clay as the vein because that's the color there. And then, oh, wait a minute. I did put, should we do? No, I think I like the idea of doing the copper clay on that for the sentiment. Okay. I know. Crazy. I have another tip for you. You guys, are you struggling for your stamps to stay on your block? And I've talked about this before because I have some old photopolymer stamps that I have used the heck out of, right? There we go. Use the heck out of them. So my tip is take a little bit, you know those, let's see, do I have one in here? Those little alcohol swabs that you can get, you know, the little square ones are probably about like that big. Very carefully over the top, because what happens is it gets your hand oils on it, you guys. Very lightly, just do a little light sweep over the top of it, and you will love the results. Love the results. Sometimes the Dawn dish soap just doesn't do it, you guys. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm gluing that on. I think I'm actually going to glue this on. So the other thing, you guys, when I do embossing folders, it's either glue or dimensionals. I don't use tape runner on these because I find that tape runner, whether it's Seal, Seal Plus, or any that you can get anywhere else, okay, they'll pull the paper. This is a very detailed embossing folder, and I want to save you the upset of it. So glue or dimensionals. All right, I like this leaf here. And this is where things get kind of fun, you guys, because this is when we're going to do glue and dimensionals on these leaves, because why not? This is going to go this way, so this is going to go there. So I'm doing dimensional in the middle, or dimensional on the top parts, and I'm doing a glue down towards the bottom. Because that way then, when I go to add this one, I can put a dimensional up here and I can do glue down there. But see how it lifts that up just a little bit? Because then I can tuck in my leaf. So we're going to put a dimensional there, right here. And we're going to do glue dot or glue. I'm just doing glue to tuck it in. And then this one's just getting a dimensional. Easy peasy. And I'm not going to put that one on until I put my sentiment piece on. So to do the sentiment, I'm going to make that a curve, or an angle, I should say. And this is the opposite of what I did with the other one. I made this with the angle. I think I like it this way, like this. That versus that. Because the background one was straight. And this is just a scrap piece from my pretty peacock that I cut, which you guys have in your container. I don't know if I put everybody's in their bits and pieces or not, but it is definitely there. So then we're going to do that so that it looks like that. And we're going to put this on with a dimensional. And I'm going to use these little sections right here. You could use your minis if you want. But I love how we can use all of our dimensionals. That's going to go right there. And then this is going to go right here. Just like that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. Okay. Embellishments. Always the last thing. You guys, I try to stack this stuff so that I don't lose it, but it always happens. Always. It's the pieces for the last card. We did our inside already. Tucked under stuff. Okay. So then, this one, we use the copper clay embellishments. Oh, come on. All right. Apparently my putty is done. So I clean off the putty to get rid of the dry stuff. And then I twist until it starts coming out, and then I back it off because I don't want it to ooze all over the place, right? So we're going to put one there. And we'll do one there. And one there. There we go. Oh, I love that, you guys. Today and every day. Okay, so here's the original with kitty fur. Here's the original, and here's the online version. I know that you guys love changing things up, and I love it too. Okay, so here is the last card. Oh, we got a lot of pieces on this one. A lot of pieces. Okay, so with that, we've got, oh, that's for the inside. So we have a little piece to pop out. Remember, I don't pop out all the pieces. We're going to do these because they will get lost, like the embellishments. Now, you guys, for this one, for our birch leaves or our elm leaves, whatever, there is a right way and a wrong way for these. Because you'll notice that if you get these the wrong direction, they don't fit. So they have to go the right way. But really, it's, you know, there's no tree police here, you guys. So do what you got to do. There's that. There's only stamping on the front, and you guys, this is by far my favorite sentiment in here. By far my favorite. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to see. Okay, a swig of coffee is necessary. And then we need our pecan pie or pecan pie. And this goes right here in the middle. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. Oh, I love that. That is like one of my favorite sentiments, you guys. All right, so we've got our leaves put together for the front, but look at how big that is. Do you guys see? There's no way. What did I do? Look at that, you guys. We're going to chop that puppy. We're going to cut this baby in half. We're going to cut that in half. We're going to take our dimensionals and we're going to put, actually, I'm going to use this part down here. Minis would work also. But we're going to take this little skinny part and we're going to stick that there. And then the second one on this one, just like that. And then this is going to go here and here, like that. But do you see that little pecan pie piece back there? So we got to cut up our pecan pie pieces first, because you know there's going to be a scrap piece in there somewhere, right? Yes, indeedy. All right, so we're going to put all that to the side. And we're going to take this and I'm going to cut my two pieces that I need. And that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take because I had all that extra. I could have used one of those little pieces, but all right, so now I want to check my length here. There's no, you guys, I'm going to be honest, there is no measurement. It's whatever, however long or wide you want it to be. And then, but keep in mind, you've got to flag it, and you want to be able to do a skinny flag on it because it's got to be able to fit on that one panel. Which it does hang over. It kind of helps keep the card closed too, which is one of the reasons why I did this. All right, so here is, there's all of our pieces. Now, let's talk about the Designer Series paper. So again, you guys, this one, I already used all of it up, so I tweaked it, and I took from this same piece. So we have the oak leaves piece here, and what did I do? How did I do that? Maybe I didn't, right there. There we go. Okay. I do try to line up these two pieces, so cut those two pieces together. And then this goes on this side, and this goes on this side, like that. Now, I liked the Moody Mauve and foil pieces on the end when I did the original card, because to me, this, it kind of left the middle a little bit too, and I know you guys are going to get mad at me for saying this, but a little bit too sparkly, right? To me, it brought some of the pretty out to the edges, where this has all the pretty in the middle. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Here, let me show you. So this is going to be one of those, you guys, that I think we're going to do it exactly as it is already done. So see what I'm talking about with that? There's a lot of pretty in the middle, but it's kind of like on the outsides. So apparently I need to trim these because these are too long. All of these. Okay. Let's get this. There. Get those edges cleaned off. All right, now we need to score this piece, the Moody Mauve piece. And you guys, the easiest way to tell you is to just do 2 1/8 here, and then take it out and flip it around to the other long across the top and score it again. Don't have to open the arm that way. You don't have to figure out what that 1/8 inch is. And let's be real, you guys. Math is hard. And I am not the best at math either. Okay, so there's our card front. And then this is going to get glued on here. And then so is this one. And then I like the Moody Mauve pieces on the edges. That one's for the inside. I think it needs to be that way. Okay. So we're going to do this one the same way that we did the original. And you guys, this is the same piece, front and back. Don't you love it when papers are pretty? Although it does make it difficult to pick, but I love it when papers are pretty on both sides. We could have flipped it the other way. That would have been interesting. Right, I want to make sure it goes this way. I knew I didn't have it right. There's that. And we'll get this piece on right away so that I don't mess this one up. Like that. And then our last piece, oh, I wish I would have thought about flipping them around before I put glue on them, because that would be cool. What I'm talking about is do the big piece on that side and the little piece on this side. That's what I'm talking about. That would have been cool. Didn't think about it. Darn it. Well, you guys can do it and then share it on Monday, because I think that would be fun. There's that one. This one. All right, so there's that. Now we need an inside, and this inside gets this extra stem or veining piece. So you're going to want to glue that. Don't go crazy still, because you don't want it all over the place. But you're going to want that there, like that. And then we're going to put that little bit of glue, or this other little strip, like that. And then that will be our inside. Now, if you want to put a sentiment on there, that's fine. I'm going to flip this way. Okay, so now we need to do this. And you guys, it's all about building it up, okay? So this piece is going to go in the middle here. And that we're going to do that first. And all you need to do that is just a little bit of glue across the middle. And then we're going to put it in the middle-ish. There we go. Okay, so there's part one. Part two is this panel there. And then part three is the top part of that panel. And be careful because you want it to look like one continuous panel. So you want to make sure that it all lines up. And then we have our two leaves, and then you guys, that's it. So this goes here. Like that. And I did it with glue. Sometimes even I have to check, you guys. So that goes there with glue. And then these leaf sets, one's going to get tucked there. And then the second one is going to get glued on right on our sentiment piece, right there. So it's going to get tucked there. And that's where this time we're going to put glue on that sentiment piece. So that when we get this in where we want it, the glue's already there. And it looks like that. So that there's our piece, our front. Can you guys see how we did all those pieces together? And then the last of our embellishments, which will be these super light ones, is that one and this one here. And then we're going to do one big one, like right in here. Right there. All right. So that's it. So here's the original and here's the online version. The only real tweak is just the different foil. Everything else is all the same on that one. And then this one, here's the original, here's the online version, and the second card, original, online version, original, and the online version. So tell me, let me get some things cleaned up here. So tell me which ones you like the best. I know they're all pretty to me. The originals or the online versions? You guys tell me. I hope that you enjoyed this one, you guys. Be sure to email me right away if you want one of those 3 kits that I have left. You guys, the paper is gone. It is not coming back. It is already discontinued. I want to make sure that you understand that. But most of all, you guys, I hope you have an amazing day getting crafty, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, guys.